Totaljobs recently worked with AbilityNet consultants to implement the Digital Accessibility Maturity Model, also known as the DAM. AbilityNet's DAM can help you to understand how well your organization is doing with digital accessibility. The senior manager of DE&I strategy at Totaljobs chatted with us about how the AbilityNet DAM process went.
Hi, I'm Mimuna. I currently lead on the diversity, equity, and inclusion strategy for product, technology, and marketing at StepStone Group, who you will know in the UK as Totaljobs Group probably. A colleague of mine has brought to the forefront the topic of accessibility at work a few months ago. And as a key player on the job market, we were actually worried we were not doing enough when it comes to creating accessible products. So we looked at what opportunities we had and found the digital accessibility maturity model as a good way to partner up with AbilityNet and find a framework and guidance as to how to do it best. And that maturity model itself felt like a logical first step to understand where we are and what we can do better. The DAM process is mostly fueled by workshops and surveys and having those open conversations with colleagues across the organization. And for us as a global business, that meant people in different departments, but also locations. And going through that process has helped us really have those extensive views, but also self-reflect on how we are doing. So we've been able to ask questions about what we do, what we don't do, whether we are consistent or whether we are supported as well. And for us, that has really helped us prioritizing and identifying the areas that we really need to pay attention to. Going through the DAM process has actually highlighted to us that there are some areas we never thought about before. So because we work on the job markets, we always think of providing what is best in terms of product, but we don't necessarily think about how ourselves as staff are equipped for accessibility as well. So the areas around procurement or capability, we never really understood as much as we do now, having gone through the first stages of the DAM. So it's really helped us being a lot more sensible to the topic of accessibility within our own work environment and how we can also ask from our suppliers and people we work with. If I had any tip to give to anyone else using the DAM, it would be to really try and get people from all across your organization to take part in the process and in roles that not only enable decision-making and resourcing, because there's probably going to be a lot of work to do after the process, but also having a range of people who actually execute on that to understand their blockers and their barriers on the day-to-day, because most likely they are the ones who will be also keeping their managers and the business accountable for the execution. And for me, it was very helpful to have that range of colleagues in the rooms during those meetings and to follow on with them as well. For me, the DAM process has been massive help to StepStone Group and Totaljobs, because we finally started a meaningful conversation on digital accessibility and accessibility more generally. For a lot of us, it was a topic to approach, but one that we feared paying a lot of attention to because we didn't know where to start. And with the maturity model process and the people we've involved in doing so, we now know how to get somewhere, and we also have identified a number of colleagues who are definitely championing the topic and the initiatives we are committing to. So we know we have a long journey ahead, but we now have some foundations or building blocks, and that's a massive step forward for us, and that wouldn't have happened as quickly or smoothly without this process and the support of AbilityNet.
You can download your free DAM toolkit or get support from our expert accessibility consultants. Learn more at abilitynet.org.uk/DAM.